Welcome to the Golf Fitness Bomb Squad podcast with Chris Finn, a production of P4S Golf. Welcome to the Golf Fitness Bomb Squad. I'm your host, Chris Finn, and I am excited for this episode for a couple of reasons, but I think the biggest reason why I want to do this episode is because there is such a false belief out there by a lot of golfers, particularly actually not even particularly across all age brackets, juniors, as well as seniors, like, and everything in between. There's so many false beliefs around what is actually realistic in terms of club head speed. Are they actually swinging fast? Could they swing faster? Are they slow? Right? And there's this false narrative around that as you age, you're going to lose distance, like guaranteed. No matter what you do, it's just Father Time's coming and he's going to take it away from you. There's this false narrative for juniors that no matter what, faster is better. So just go faster, get faster, speed. And there are cases in which those beliefs are accurate. Like if you look at statistics, the faster a junior swings, the further they're generally going to hit the golf ball, assuming they hit the center of the club face. And so distance is an advantage, right? When we're talking about trying to make it to the next level. I mean, we actually just had one of my favorite times of year is, and the favorite events that we do is, like yesterday, we just had a signing for one of our guys, Sihan Sandu, who's going to the University of North Carolina on a golf scholarship to play on the men's golf team over there. And that's such a cool day as a coach, and even cooler for the family, and the player who've invested, more than anybody in the junior career to get to that next level. And throughout his entire journey, and this is the same across every junior's journey, we're trying to gain more speed. And how can we get our cruising speed from 110 to 112, from 112 to 115, from 115 to 118, from 118 to 123, right? And just kind of continually, repeatedly leveling up. And so I think that's the narrative in the junior world, that just go faster is better. But people don't talk about how much is too much. Is there such thing as too fast for your body, where you're actually going to run into issues? And the short answer is, yeah, 100% times 100%. Like if you can get more than 100%, the data is irrefutable that if you swing faster than what your body can handle, you're likely going to get hurt. Right? Now, on the flip side, this is where we have the senior golfer, right? And they're saying, well, I'm just losing distance, nothing I can do about it, right? That's the biggest load of BS there in the world. Their 100% times 100% is a way to stop that loss. I've never met a senior who has come into me for the first time and said, I can't, I'm as optimized as I possibly can be. There's nothing you can do to help me. Actually, that's false. There are some people who come in and say that. They're always full of BS. They're wrong, right? They have these false beliefs that somebody has put in their head, and it's really cool when you get to break them. And they're like, wait, I have more to go until I reach the ceiling. And you're like, yeah, dude, you're actually not even like halfway there, right? But for that golfer, there's lots of speed training devices out there that, there's the same conversation around speed. You're getting older, you need to gain some more speed. Here, do this exercise or this program, right? Well, there is such a thing as going too fast for your body for a senior, and this applies across all age spectrums, people in between as well. And what we typically find, this is the interesting thing when we talk about what is the safe swing speed for somebody to attain. I'll get in a little bit into how we calculated this, and how we actually are coming out with a calculator where you can actually go for free to figure out what your max safe swing speed is, right? And if you want to change where that ends up, that's where we can obviously help you. But I think knowing is the first step. And the interesting thing that we see is with juniors, particularly good juniors, like good players looking to play Division I, particularly in the ACC, SEC, Pac-10, the big conferences. Most of them swing faster because of efficient technique and because of, well-fitting equipment, especially nowadays where, you can be sponsored by all the different club companies and they go after all the good juniors and give them all the free new clubs, right? most of them swing faster than what their body can handle. They're generally pretty flexible, particularly the younger girls, the women. Boys sometimes have some mobility issues, but they're never strong enough to support what they're doing. They're always gaining those speeds based on elasticity, technique efficiency, and equipment. And so never have I met a kid who came in and it's like, I want to swing faster. And you're like, oh, dude, you're strong enough. Like, here, we'll just do some speed training. 0 times has that occurred, guys, in over a decade, right? Junior golfers always need to come, and I'm sure there's somebody out there who doesn't need to get stronger. There's probably the one kid, and I'm sure I'll get comments saying, well, it's not always. Generally speaking, 99% of junior golfers are never strong enough, okay? And so that's where for juniors, it's a matter of getting stronger to support the speeds that they want to get to and help them. You may be the fastest 14-year-old, or let's say 12 or 13-year-old in in your middle school groupings, but when you get to that next level, that 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old group, like you're the short fish in the pond, right? Like you're not the longest hitter anymore. So you're gonna have to level up. You're gonna have to gain more speed in order to be competitive, and you're gonna have to get stronger if we're gonna elevate not just what your overall swing speed is, but what your safe swing speed is to assure longevity, to assure that you don't get hurt while you're playing and you actually can play in college. And that if you do get to that next level of professional golf, you don't break down when you're 22. I can't tell you how many of those kids that we see, they're literally trying to start the professional career and they are wrecked because they've been playing for over a decade and just gaining speed, and their bodies are absolutely trashed because they don't have the mobility, they don't have the strength to support where they're at. And they're like scratching their heads like, why am I hurting so bad when I'm only in my 20s? Well, very easy scientific reason for that. Then on the flip side, we have our senior golfers who come in and say, I want to gain more speed. And you look at them and they can't pass a single rotary test. Their hips suck. Their shoulders suck. Their thoracic spine, maybe it's okay. Most of them pass the neck, right? And so they're trying to go faster, but you're like, if you go faster with your current mobility, you're just going to run faster into a wall. And maybe the first one is soft drywall that you can get through without many scratches, but eventually you're going to hit a brick wall. And that's the injury that brings everybody down. So that's where senior golfers will be held back a lot of times by mobility, but then also have the same strength issues as well. Occasionally we'll see some maybe some people who worked out in the gym, played other sports for the duration of their adult lives, where they're pretty strong. They're strong enough to go as fast as they want to go, but they don't have the mobility or they don't have the technique capabilities. But the safe swing speed calculation, we're still trying to come up with a cool name for this, right? We're thinking, maybe it's S3P, safe swing speed calculator, predictor. But basically what it is we're able to take, because our database is so big at this point, this is the power of numbers. When you get, we have over 10,000 individual golfers with, I don't say hundreds of tests, but lots of tests, tens of tests, right? Lots of rows of data looking at their hip mobility, their shoulder mobility, their spinal mobility, their cervical spine, so thoracic and cervical spine mobility. We're looking at upper body power, lower body power. We're looking at lower body strength in a squat pattern, in a hinge pattern, upper body strength in a pull pattern, in a push pattern, unilateral, bilateral. We're looking at all of these different things. Plus, we're putting in shot data, path, face, ball speed, club speed, attack angles, all of those metrics, and all the force plate metrics, and all the 3D metrics, right? So we have all this data on one day, at a snapshot in time, everything about the body of this golfer and everything about the golf swing of this golfer. And we can take those 10,000 individual lines of data that are very long lines. And basically, because that number is so big, what we can start to do some statistical analysis and build algorithmic predictors to say, hey, what is, based on these stats, based on how these tests are showing, what are we seeing where people who are swinging this fast and not getting hurt doing? Where are we seeing, people that are swinging this fast and getting hurt? What are their numbers like? And basically from that, we're able to actually help you, the listener, the golfer, figure out, hey, what is the max clubhead speed that I can swing and be confident that my body is capable of doing this for a long time without me getting hurt, right? That is incredibly powerful information. Now, your safe swing speed, your max speed that your body can handle, may be lower than where you're currently swinging, in which case you're in trouble. We need to fix that. We need to get your body to the point where it can support where you are. And not only support where you are, but a lot of times what we see, actually most of the times, is that number actually goes up even higher. So now you're not only swinging faster than when you started, but you're within that safe swing speed range. Or maybe you're on the opposite side where your safe swing speed is actually higher than where you're swinging the golf club, right? Well, you have immediate opportunity right here, right now to get faster. And that's the exciting part about understanding what the safe swing speed is for each of you. And everybody's different. Everybody's going to have different numbers, ages. It's based on guys and girls. It's such a cool tool that we've been able to develop, and we're excited to start to share it with the public. Coming up the time this comes out, hopefully we'll have it out for free. If not, it'll be out in the next week or two thereafter. But it's such a cool tool for golfers to use, and I really just want, most importantly, the concept around a safe swing speed. What is that, right? That is, how fast can you go and be confident that your body can still support it, versus when do you redline and get above where your body can really handle. And for those of you who have been hurt, I'm sure you guys can and girls can relate to swinging in a realm where your body maybe isn't necessarily able to consistently control it. And not only are we talking about injury, but we're talking about consistency of sequencing. When you're swinging faster with your body control, different every time, literally different every time. Right? The game of golf is hard enough without knowing what your body can and can't do, and this kind of understanding what your safe swing speed is, is a way that we're hoping is another tool in your toolbox to diffuse injury before it happens. Right, that's what we're trying to do here on the Bomb Squad podcast. So appreciate you listening today. Hopefully you found this interesting. Definitely check out that safe swing speed calculator, whether p4sgolf.com. It's going to be there for you to check it out and really, we want you to use it. And that's why we made it. So thanks for listening. Appreciate you hanging out. Hopefully we diffused a few of you from getting hurt and really allowing you guys to play this game for as long as possible at a enjoyable level, at a level as high as possible. So I appreciate you, and we'll talk to you on the next episode.